The 1970s brought cars packed with bold ideas and over-the-top engineering. Here are 7 of the most insanely over-engineered cars of the 1970s. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more automotive deep dives. Number 1. The Aston Martin Laganda wasn't just a car. It was a bold statement from a luxury automaker that decided to flirt with the future decades ahead of its time. When it debuted in 1976, it looked like a wedge-shaped spaceship crash-landed on Earth, complete with sharp, angular lines that stood in stark contrast to the curvy cars of the era. But its body was just the beginning. The real madness lived inside. The Laganda's cabin was a fever dream of futurism. It came equipped with one of the world's first digital dashboards, an idea that sounded amazing in theory, but ended up being a maintenance nightmare. Touch-sensitive controls replaced traditional buttons, which was unheard of in the 1970s. These were paired with LED displays and a complex computer system that often worked when it felt like it. Aston Martin reportedly spent 4 times the car's sale price in development just to make the electronics function, and even then, reliability was sketchy at best. Under the hood, it featured a 5.3-liter V8, which made the car powerful, but not particularly fast given its weight. Still, performance was never the main story. The Laganda was a rolling tech showcase, meant to feel like something James Bond might drive if had too much free time. Production was slow, costly, and difficult. Each unit was basically hand-built, and only around 645 were ever made. But for all its flaws, the Laganda became a legend, a car that dared to break every rule, overshoot every goal, and defy every limitation of its time. Number 2. When Rolls-Royce decided to create the Kamar, they didn't just build a luxury car, they engineered a rolling monument to excess. Designed by Pininfarina, the only Rolls ever styled by an outside firm, the Kamar was the most expensive production car in the world at its launch, costing nearly twice as much as a standard Silver Shadow. But what made it truly over-engineered wasn't just the price. It was the sheer complexity of its design. Under the hood sat the same 6.75-liter V8 as the Silver Shadow, but with a hydraulically operated automatic choke and advanced fuel injection. For a car that weighed over 5,000 IBS, performance was still glacial. The real madness was in the details. The Kamar featured fully automatic climate control with split temperature zones, a first in any production car, requiring an absurdly intricate dual-zone HVAC system that was prone to costly failures. The suspension used self-leveling hydropneumatics, similar to a Citroën SM, but with Rolls-Royce's signature obsession with silence, adding layers of unnecessary complexity. Then, there was the power-operated umbrella holder doors, the hand-stitched Connolly leather that took weeks to install, and the bespoke interior woodwork that required 16 layers of lacquer. Even the grille was heated to prevent frost buildup, because why not? Only 5 to 31 were ever made, making it one of the rarest and most pointlessly overcomplicated Rolls-Royces ever. Number 3. The Bricklin SV1 was a bold, Canadian-made attempt to create the world's safest sports car, but it ended up as a cautionary tale of over-engineering, financial disaster, and hubris. Conceived by American entrepreneur Malcolm Bricklin, the SV1 was supposed to combine gull-wing doors, futuristic styling, and crash protection in one package. Instead, it became a mechanical and economic nightmare. At its core, the SV1 was wildly ambitious. Its body was made of acrylic composite panels, instead of fiberglass or steel, mounted on a steel frame, which cracked and faded easily. The hydraulically operated gull-wing doors, powered by a complex pump system, often failed, trapping drivers inside. Under the hood sat either an AMC 360 V8 or a Ford 351 Windsor, but the car's excessive weight made it slower than contemporary Corvettes. The safety features were over-engineered to the point of impracticality. Only 2,854 units were built before Brickland's company went bankrupt in 1976, drowning in $23 million in debt. Today, the SV1 is a quirky relic of 1970s overengineering. Number 4. The 1976 Chevy Vega Cosworth stands as one of the most intriguing and arguably overengineered American cars of the 70s. A bold attempt to fuse American muscle with European racing pedigree. At a glance, the Vega was an unassuming compact hatchback, but under its skin lurked engineering choices that were anything but ordinary. What made this Vega truly over-engineered was its heart, a 2.0-liter aluminum block inline-4 engine developed in collaboration with British racing specialists Cosworth. This engine wasn't your typical American economy car power plant. It featured dual overhead camshafts and 4 valves per cylinder, technologies rarely found in mainstream U.S. cars at that time. The Cosworth engine pushed the Vega into performance territory that was surprising for its size and origin. However, this ambitious engine transplant came with a set of complications. The sophisticated internals required meticulous tuning and high-quality maintenance, conditions that clashed with the Vega's reputation for being a relatively affordable mass-market vehicle. The rest of the car, however, didn't quite match the engine's advanced engineering, leading to a disconnect between powertrain ambition and the car's overall build quality. Number 5. The Jensen FF, introduced in 1966, stands as a groundbreaking yet audaciously over-engineered grand tourer from Britain's Jensen Motors, a true pioneer that pushed the boundaries of 1970s automotive technology to near absurd levels. As the world's first production car with all-wheel drive and anti-lock brakes, it was a technological marvel, far ahead of its time, but its complexity and cost made it a commercial misfit. Powered by a Chrysler-sourced 6.3-liter V8 engine, 325 HP paired with a torque-flight 3-speed automatic, the FF's heart was a reliable American muscle, but its soul was the Ferguson Formula AWD system developed by Ferguson Research. This system used a central differential with a 37-63 front-to-rear torque split, ensuring superior traction in wet or snowy conditions, a feat unmatched by rivals like the Aston Martin DB6. The Dunlop Maxarette ABS, adapted from aircraft, prevented wheel lockup, enhancing safety but adding mechanical intricacy that baffled mechanics. The FF's body, styled by Carrozzeria Touring and initially built by Vignale, was a steel-clad beauty based on the Jensen Interceptor, but stretched 5 inches to accommodate the AWD hardware, with twin vents behind the front wheels as a subtle giveaway. Its interior screamed luxury, with leather upholstery, walnut trim, and a cramped rear due to the AWD's space-hogging transfer case, which also forced right-hand drive-only production, limiting its U.S. market appeal. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more awesome car content.